Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, we are on live broadcast right now. Like what we were saying in the first video that Atiku Abubakar picked Ifeanyi Okowa as his running mate. It's a
Yeah.
surprise to me. It's a surprise to me, honestly. I never expect him to choose Ifeanyi.
For me,
Ifeanyi
for me,
God,
for me,
is the
it's
governor.
not a surprise at all. I was saying earlier on that I'm not surprised. I'm not
Mm,
surprised. This is how we Southerners are, and probably this is how we are going to live with ourselves. Let us take it back from the primaries. You understand? I told you that both Delta State and Edo State voted against their brother for Atiku. You see,
yeah,
our southern politicians are very, very selfish. They will never put the interest of the region before their personal interest. I can now
never.
see exactly why Okowa did what he did. Because if, for instance, Ewike had emerged as the presidential flag bearer of PDP, he would not have been vice president. So what he did then at the primaries was about him becoming the vice president. And it's just so unfortunate. It is so unfortunate that this is how we are going to be. Um, the cabal, they always have a way of finding those people that will sell their brothers, that will put their interests first before the interest of the region. I'm sure in the minds of Delta people now, they are not thinking about South. They are thinking about Delta State. Because I recall when they made Omar Gege as deputy Senate president, the whole of Delta were happy. In fact, the hotel where I lodged, the manager was almost angry with me for not seeing anything to celebrate about it, because we somehow become so we know how to masturbate ourselves from this second position, this deputy that, vice this, vice that. We can masturbate ourselves. But even at that, what is the political strategy of Atiku picking an Okowa as a vice? Okowa has never exhibited himself as a political force in the south. But again, I'm not surprised, because that's what they do. They will always look for somebody that will not be a political thorn in their political schematics. It's so unfortunate that these are the two. I was a PDP enthusiast. I am a PDP man, but with what is happening, I will only be a fool to continue masturbating, romancing these two political parties that have, for the past 22 years, for the past 22 years, for the past 22 years, have brought nothing but political chaos to this country. It's so sad. I am not happy. I'm a Delta man. But because I have shaped my mind to look at Nigerian politics beyond what is good for me, beyond what is good for my state, beyond what is good for the Robo people. So, are you there? Are you listening to me? Okay. So I have fashioned my mind beyond these tribal proclivities. So they are not what fashions my political decision anymore. So it's so I can almost guess that people in Delta State are happy, and I can almost be certain that Delta State people will give all their votes. They'll say in support for our brother. All all. When I saw Wike's post saying that he cannot be vice, that is what I want to see. We need to have this political arrogance in the south. As far as I'm concerned, Wike is the only one that understands Nigerian politics as
So,
it
but
involves the north.
Atiku wanted to pick Wike as his vice.
Yeah, he refused.
He
And I
said,
love I love him for that. We should begin to have what I call political status, political arrogance. But we
political
are so
pride.
used
At
to.
least there should be some pride, self
Yeah,
dignity.
pride. I mean, we should have that political pride. But you can see people are abusing that he's a tout, he's this, he's that, he's out. Oh my God. I don't know. Honestly, Mnekpe, I wish I wish I never grew up in the north. Honestly, I wish. I wish I grew up in the south. And then I can be masturbating in this uh, political ignorance that I see some of our youths are basking in. Because the truth is that how can you just see these people manipulating your people? I'm here. I know the games they are playing. I know how they regard us. We are just a tool for the using anytime they feel like using it. How can somebody come to you and tell you to not to vote for your brother and vote for me? And the same thing, Wike. I'm not saying Wike is a good person, but Wike must have met Tambuwal, give me your vote, and they agreed. Atiku must have met Okowa, give me your vote, and they agreed. But at the last minute, this one stayed put because he wanted to bring down his brother for whatever reason. I don't care whatever reason came between you and Wike, or whatever reason came between you and anybody in the South. But at the last minute, Tambuwal now placed his interest and the interest of his region, Northeast, and felt that for the interest of the North region, for the interest of the Northeast to thrive, he must drop down his own personal interest and therefore ask his people to go for Atiku. But what did our own Southerners do? They stayed put because they were not thinking about the Southern region. In fact, they don't have any. Let me drop this. As a matter of fact, I don't think they even have anything called Southern region interest. It's always about River State interest, Edo State interest, Delta State interest, Akwa Ibom interest. This interest now cost them cost us. Are we cost? So whatever I did, whatever calculation he did by asking his people to vote for Atiku was because of this. Now you are going to be vice. So what? Just the name. We know that the position of vice presidency in Nigeria is just a celebratory. I mean, is that the word? Is there a word like that? It's just a title. There is virtually nothing you will do, nothing whatsoever you will do to affect any change. And yet, you Southerners will always fight for this second fiddle. What is it that Adamawa State brings to the table? What is it that Adamawa State brings to the table? What is it that Delta State brings to the table? You are the one that makes them what they are. Yet you don't. I love Wike die. Anybody that is hating Wike for his arrogance is because you don't know what really scares or what really put the northern cabal on their toe. We don't have political arrogance. That's why if they give you vice senate president, you'll be happy. If they give you vice president, you'll be happy. If they give you deputy anything, you'll be happy. You'll be happy. Even if they give you deputy, you'll be happy because you are so in love. Hello, you are casting shadows. To me now, it's like deputy now is now a revert title. Compare that to the Northerners when Jonathan picked Namadi Sambo as vice president. I'm telling you that the Northerners went to burn Namadi Sambo's house for even daring to accept to be vice to a minority. That is the type of political arrogance, political pride that the North has. Why can't we have that same political pride? Why are we so happy? Why are we so we so love this vice thing, vice that, vice telephone, vice house, vice car, vice Mercedes Benz, vice everything, even vice amala, vice meat, vice anything, vice nepe, vice magnet. We just love that vice.
I'm not in Nigeria. I'm not vice, so I'm not part of the vice.
So whenever these people struggle to clinch the top position, they just say, okay, let us look for another mumu. We're able to get one mumu that helped us to get to this power. Where's another mumu that will not give us stress, that will not give us problems?
That will not give the problem, exactly.
Let's look for, okay, let's pick up. After all, we used him to get vote for. How on earth? I'm just imagining it. I'm just imagining it.
That will not they want a vice that will not resist them. Somebody that
yes, now I'm just imagining it that one Saturday will go to a northern governor and tell the governor that please give me, ask your your delegates to vote for me. And then his political decision. I'm telling you, if the fight was between Wike and Tinubu, Tambua would not have done that. He did what he did because the fight was between him and his brother. And he did what he had to do. But we so enjoy fighting one another. It is in our blood. In fact, we get erection for just fighting ourselves. We just a sweet, it's just a sweet us, maybe they fight ourselves.
Certain leaders, when they organized a meeting and invited the president, you remember Mr. Oraka at that time?
Yeah.
When the president didn't respect the first invitation, so they
can you imagine if they it's an insult now. It's an insult to a northern cabal for southerners, people that we are used to invite a whole me. The reason why we don't have that political arrogance, you are trying to not say political, we should have that political arrogance. It's missing in our politics.
Let me finish my point.
I'm not happy. If anybody if Wike had accepted to be vice to Atiku, then I would have but for him to reject that post, he has endeared my love like 20 times more. And for anybody to accept being vice, it's like we are so. Look, let me tell you what the game plan. Atiku knows that picking any Igbo now will not work with this rape for Peter Obi. It will work. He knows that he has lost the southeast. He knows it. So the fight now is to claim the south. And the south, to me, I think what I said today alone, Daniel sent me a video, all in an effort to make me hate Igbo. And I told him, I don't buy this hate thing. Yes, some group of people are misbehaving and cutting off people's head and chopping off people's penises. Yes, but this things happen in the north. It happens in the south. It happens everywhere. So it's like with this, I did a video and said, how do we stop the hate in the south? It's like we just love this hate thing. And we find a way to justify it with big grammar. Well, we can say it out. We want, according to Udom Emmanuel, even though we want the presidents to come to the south, it's not to a tout. And these are the people that sat down to form Southern Governors Forum, and they are betraying themselves. No northern governor will betray another northerner. It's not possible. It's not. For whatever reason, even if one governor slept with another governor's wife, they will never take that fight to a national wrestling bout. Why can't we be like that? Wike, and if I were Wike, honestly, I will mess Atiku up. Honestly, if I were Wike in PDP, I will mess. This is the time Wike should be supporting Peter Obi. If he does that, he has crumbled PDP once and for all. You understand me? I'm sure they'll be nurturing him now, Wike, because if you get Wike support, you get River State. If you get Okowa support, you get Delta State. And if you get Delta State, there's every likelihood that you're also going to get Edo State. So from the way things are going now, it's like they know what they are doing. And because of our political inferiority complex, we always we say, okay, you don't pass Atiku, where Atiku is a unifier. You start coining stupid narratives that support your foolishness. That gives you the ostrich approach to politics by denying the reality of our political lack of political sagacity and be giving it some fine narrative to justify our political stupidity.
Mr. Raka, let's quickly watch this video when the certain leaders were demanding for decentralization.
That video doesn't make these demands. It doesn't come with firmness. We pay lip services to problems that
they were not firm in their demand. I said that.
And they know it, and the cabals will know it that we are not these people. Today, who is talking about Southern Governors Forum? Ever since they had that their first this thing, is anybody talking? It's raining. Is anybody talking about Southern Governors Forum again? As far as I'm concerned, that issue is dead on arrival. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm coming to the conclusion that anytime power must come to the South, it's only when the North agrees or when God makes one of them to die, as it made Jonathan to become power. It's like, because we just love hating ourselves.
You know, the Santa Forum, Mr. Raka, we should, you know why they don't discuss about the Santa Forum? They don't want to offend the Northerners. Because the
Yeah, of
Northerners
course, now you're right. Absolutely
yeah,
correct. We love this Vice thing. It was because of Vice. It was because of Vice that this Buhari came into power.
yes.
On the account of Vice, that they pick Osibanjo, the whole Yorubas started, because once we display this stupidity, the next thing we do is to start looking for English inside dictionary and start speaking it. When Goodluck was in power, he neglected Yorubas. As if Nigerian politics is about Yoruba and Hausa. So the truth is that, as far as I'm concerned, we should not be struggling for presidency again, because we are not just ready to be president of this country. We are not ready. Let us be struggling for Vice Magnus Raka, Vice Nekme, Vice Infinite Phone, Vice Mercedes Benz, Vice anything.
Let's play this video for the audience. We have to bring back memories of the Saturn Forum, how they were demanding for this decentralization because of what is going on in the North. And these people were not firm in their decision. And this same Okowa, who was speaking at that time, is the same person that gave his votes during the primaries to a Northern leader. You can see that these Saturn leaders, they are not serious. And the disunity prevailing in the Southern region is what is creating a kind of a vacuum.
No, of course, so long as this disunity will always be there, then we shouldn't be complaining that another man is ruling. We are not just ready yet.
We are not ready at all. We are not ready. So let's play this video. It's good to highlight the past.
The meeting between the federal government and the governors and leaders of the South-South region was originally scheduled for Tuesday last week. But somehow, the federal government delegation led by the Chief of Staff to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, failed to show up, leaving the South-South leaders angry and accusing the federal government of utter disrespect for the region.
To also apologize once again to everyone gathered here today, our brothers and sisters from this region.
And with apologies tendered, the rescheduled meeting quickly went into the business of the day.
Mr. President has tasked members of this cabinet to ensure that his commitment with regards to the NSAS process are fully executed. He also warned that the right of citizens to protest must be respected and protected, for we exist in a democracy. However, in doing so, respect for the law and order must be adhered to, and the rights of other citizens must not be infringed upon.
The NSAS protest is a national wake-up call and time to face the reality and admit that some mistakes of the past have come to haunt us.
But the people of the South-South had other issues on their minds.
Unevenly, there are now strong desire that we need to restructure the country in order to guarantee peace, security, stability, and progress.
Speaking on behalf of the region, Delta State Governor and Chairman of the South-South Governors Forum, Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, says it's time to restore the country to true federalism.
That we believe, support, and are committed to the restructuring of Nigeria in a way and manner that guarantees: 1. True federalism and devolution of power to the states, including states creating and managing their own police and security architecture under a federal structure, as it is in all federal and some non-federal systems in the world. 2. True fiscal federalism, guided by the principle of derivation, revenue sharing, and control of resources by each state of the Federation, as it was the case in the First Republic.
The South-South people are also calling for the relocation of several subsidiaries of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation from Lagos and Abuja to the region. Completion without delay of the East-West Road and all federal roads in the region. Reconstruction.
Mr. Raka.
Yeah.
You heard that.
I didn't hear anything. No, all the time you are not.
Oh
I didn't hear.
my God, Mr. Raka, you didn't hear this beautiful video that I just played. I wish you, oh my God, I don't know how to play this video for you to hear.
It's only after the program now. It's only after the program I can now go there and watch it.
Derivation of resources, Okowa. You saw Okowa speaking. True federalism, they were demanding for true federalism. You understand? But they were not firm in their decision. And since then, they have not been discussing about this because they don't want to offend the Northerners. They don't want to offend somebody like Atiku. They don't want to offend the Northern leaders because it's like their positions right now, their political positions lies in the hands of the Northerners. You know, when you have a boss in the North, you have to be careful so that.
In fact, most of these politicians will prefer that the Northerners are their political boss than they will prefer that the Northerners are their political bosses than for a Southerner. That is why every of these people are angry with Wike because, you know, see finish. They will prefer that instead of Wike to be their political boss, let it be a Northerner. This thing is rubbish. Honestly, I hate I was born a Southerner. To be very candid, politically that is. We are just not ready. We can talk for it tomorrow. Bottom line is we are not just ready at all. You get me? So this hate among ourselves is like what we are going to live with. But what is annoying me is that after allowing this hate to determine our political future, it is the same us that will come again and be crying that the North is marginalizing us. When Atiku comes in again and starts doing what is fulanization, and the same us go cry say, Atiku, but you promised us it. But that's the idea. It's misdirection. It is the idea of the North. Anybody who is thinking that Atiku is going to change anything, you are the biggest idiotic Southern politician that I've ever seen. Atiku will not change anything. Atiku will not change anything because the person who could have changed it, you allowed your hatred and imagine if it was Wike that was president. Imagine if it was Wike. Do you think there will be any bomb blast again?
They will not allow such person to become the president.
That's what I'm saying. Just imagine, I'm not saying, but imagine if it was Wike. But tell me now, who was it that made Wike? Who were those that destroyed Wike's chances? It wasn't the Northerners. It was we. Edo State, Delta State, Akwa Ibom State. We are the ones. As a matter of fact, Wike got the bulk of his vote from the North Central.
You see?
So we are not just ready at all. Imagine the Yoruba Ekiti State. Do you know why this person, what's his name from Ekiti? Former Fashola. No, not Fashola. This Ekiti State governor. Why he didn't get a single vote? Because he asked his people to carry all and give to Wike. When other states that are not even our neighbors are collaborating to help the South, we will be neighbors. Who will be neighbors? We are busy fighting ourselves. Not be Jujubi. Not be according to our side Dokubo. He said, not be Jujubi that.
Because they were highlighting this position of vice. You understand? So you don't want to compromise
that vice thing has destroyed us too much. That vice. Peter will be running for vice. It was because of lack of vice that Peter Obi left PDP because he doesn't want to be vice. Wike too doesn't want to be vice. These other non-political relevant people are just looking for vice because those that want to become vice, you become. All that Osibanjo gained from vice is just his face and CV. Former vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That's all. At the time you were former, what exactly did you do? What policy of why did you change? Instead, they were sending you errand to go and share 10,000 naira in the market. No Southern president can send a Northern candidate to go and share 10,000 in the market. Why? We don't have this political arrogance. It's not there. We like vice. We do they like vice. Like say vice now one new soup where they cook with goosey and stockfish.
Those certain governors, they were planning to become a vice to Atiku. That is why they don't want to compromise their votes for Wike. Knowing fully well that.
So in that case, we do not agree now that it has never been about the region. It's about their selfish interest.
Self-interest, yes. Because if they compromise their vote for Wike, and Wike would never choose any vice from the south. It's going to the north.
Of course, now, of course, that's the calculation.
Yes, they do. Yes, they did that. So there's no need of wasting their votes. You see, it's self-interest. Do you think they care about the masses or they care about the country?
For where? They don't. They don't. In fact, I just tell as you. I did my own judgment. You can't come make I talk about it because you don't. As I talk about this thing now, I'm very angry. I'm very angry because of this love for second fiddle. We just too they love to they play second fiddle to the north. We too love it. The north can be first, no problem. The rest of us start jostling for who will be second, and that second means nothing, but former vice president, former vice president. Haba.
See the person, vice president. Somebody who will be loyal, extremely loyal, voiceless in Aso Rock. He's the person they picked.
Of course, now he'll be useless in Aso Rock. Now, what can he do?
He will just be there for 8 years or 4 years.
No, he'll be enjoying it now. I told you that they enjoy that name. It's just that name, former vice president. And I'm telling you that a lot of Delta people we rush now because it's a curse on us. We love this vice president. I'm telling you that Jonathan picked Namadi Sambo. Jonathan picked Namadi Sambo from Kaduna State. Jonathan didn't win Kaduna State in the last election. Jonathan didn't win Kaduna State. In fact, they went and burnt down. These are facts. I'm not lying about it. The indigents of Kaduna State burnt down Namadi Sambo for Jerry to be second. They burned down Namadi Sambo's house for just accepting to be vice to non-entity south. But we go there happy, we go there celebrate, we go there even betray ourselves. They even scheme ourselves out just to become vice. Vice that is nothing. What is they wrong with that? Is it not a cost? Are we not cost? And you will see the whole of the Southerners now. I told you, I've said it. I was in Delta State in the hotel where I lodged when they gave deputy Senate president. The guy almost wanted to beat me up for daring to say something about it. When Goodluck Jonathan was in president, what did we gain? Well, with Buhari, we have gotten Senate president and we have gotten what's the position of minister. Good. It is so amazing that these tribal inclinations have become the basis for thinking what is good for us and what is not good for us. It's so sad. It's so sad. All the years that Omar Gay has been deputy Senate president, what policies of Ahmed Lawal has he upturned? What policy to the Federal Republic of Nigeria that Omar Gay has upturned? We just look at that name, that identity that yes, Delta State have produced Senate president. Delta State has produced vice president. Delta State at the end of the day, the region is suffering. The region is suffering. I don't play tribal politics. Yes, Delta State will produce vice president, but how does it benefit the entire South? How will it benefit the entire South? So we by our own action, we put ourselves where the North will always be giving us knocks on our head. It is the same as that we cry that the Northerners are marginalizing us. When our actions and inactions are wired, are geared deliberately and consciously to perpetuate these people in power to continue to rule us. You think Atiku will be in power and ignore his region? It's a pity. I beg. I'm tired. It's raining heavily here. I've never been this angry in a political discussion. I'm so angry. I am not happy at all. In fact, if say happy because they pick a vice president from Delta State, I will become happy. It means my staying in the North has been useless.
Mr. Araka, let's quickly look at why they are skipping the Eastern region. So definitely, Tinubu is not going to pick a running mate from the East, and Atiku didn't pick from the East. So they have already skipped the East. What about if Peter Obi did not win this upcoming election, which means the Eastern region will still be left out of the Nigerian politics?
Yeah,
That is what I'm trying to highlight here.
That's a bet.
So,
It's more. It's better now.
He would have picked from the eastern, no matter, even though Peter Obi is there, he would have still picked a running mate from the east. So be honest.
If I was Atiku, I won't pick from the southeast. Look at the situation here. Both Tinubu and Atiku already know that the 5 southeastern states is gone. So what they will be concentrating on now is the remaining 31 states and Abuja. So if Peter Obi picks the 5 southeast states and we have 31 states left, Abi. So the fight now is among the remaining 30. So why go and pick a vice from what you will not get anything from? Because I don't think any Igbo man will vote for Atiku now. I don't think any Igbo man will vote for Tinubu now. So let's sacrifice that place. That's the idea. So the fight now is for the south. The fight now is for the south. Now Tinubu cannot pick from the south because south is a Christian dominated area and the north will not agree. If Tinubu picks from the south, it's a 0 for him.
It's a
0 for him. So what the Tinubu is trying to see now, okay, let me try to get the vote of the northeast. Since this current polity has always been an alliance between the northeast and the southwest. It has always been like that. Anytime the northeast want to conquer Nigeria, they will use the services of the southwest to achieve that. So, but it is always a one-way traffic understanding. It cannot happen the other way around. If the northeast want to rule Nigeria, they use the southwest. But now that southwest want to rule Nigeria, they can't use the northeast. You get me? It's a one-way traffic of who should use who. The northeast will use the southwest, not the southwest using the northeast. So what Tinubu's camp will thinking, okay, who do we pick from the northeast so as to get the vote of the northeast? Unfortunately, the northeast are not stupid. They know that Tinubu is not healthy. He's not healthy. Whether to bring sentiment or whether, like yesterday in one of your comments, what they say, do I know whether I will die before Tinubu? That is sentiment. Rationally thinking, Tinubu is not well. It's not well. So the Northerners will not do. But even if they will do that, they will look for somebody who, peradventure, he's there. He will frustrate Tinubu. He will frustrate Tinubu so much that he can't control it. So in fact, right now as it is,
I still don't get it. I don't know why Atiku decided to pick Okowa. Is he so charismatic? Is Okowa a charismatic leader?
No. You see, the reason why he picked Okowa is simple. First, anytime a northerner is going to pick a vice from the south, it has to be somebody that will not give him headache. That one is first consideration. Because if he has popularity, it's going to give him problem now. When they picked Osibanjo, what popularity does Osibanjo have?
Nobody knows Osibanjo. They said he was just a pastor.
When they pick Jonathan, that has no shoes, who knew Jonathan? It has to be somebody that will not get, because if you are popular, if you are very popular in the south, you are not a candidate for the northern vice.
You're very right.
Once you are popular, you cannot be a vice to the south. It's not possible because you're going to give them problems.
We didn't pick Obaseki, for instance. You know, in the south we have hot governors, Obaseki and Wike, 2 of them. Not Okowa. Okowa is not a charismatic leader in the south. He's not a tough leader.
Okowa become vice and started attending functions, speaking grammar, speaking English, just as Osibanjo, who was in every international forum speaking English. That's what we are good at. Just to go and show how good our mastery of the English language is. That is what we are good at. That is what we think vice presidency is about. An opportunity to go and speak, and people say, this guy is an orator. Oh, very good, very good. That is what Osibanjo has gotten for the past 8 years. Speaking good English. But they tell him that, look, they told him in the APC primary, say, oh, boy, this thing not be about English. What's his name? Amechi. Amechi was used and made to believe that they are going to, in fact, it's amazing that Amechi even thought you can sell the birthright of the South and the North to support you. You cannot enter into an agreement with the Northerners. I made an illustration in one of my videos. I said, look, the North will come and meet you, Nekpe, come. Let's go, and there are 2 houses that has 100 million naira in each houses. It's okay, Nekpe, come, follow me. Let's go and rob house A and take that 100 million naira. Next week, we'll go and rob the next house and get 100 million naira and give to you. So this week, Nekpe will follow me to go and rob house A. We will succeed and get the 100 million naira to myself, and I'll be eating it. When next week come, according to the arrangement, so let's go and rob the second house. Now that time I go tell you, say, my fever just, one of my mother, I got message from the village that they will not follow you. And each time they make this arrangement, they will always be, they will tell you that they should be the first to benefit from this arrangement. And when you agree, when it comes to your turn, they betray you and strike up another arrangement with another fool that are readily abundant in the south. We have plenty of fools. If today we have Osibajo, tomorrow an Okowa will spring himself up. It's like we have a list. These people have a way of identifying the stupid ones among us. As a southerner, you should be crying right now, because this thing is going to continue. They will hand over this knowledge to their children, and tomorrow the children will still go and know that these idiots are readily available in the south. They are readily available. They are in abundance. If you don't find them in southwest, you find them in south-south. If you don't find them in south, look at governor of Imo State saying that there's no problem for a Muslim ticket. Yeah. So that he will become Senate president. So that if APC win, they will make him Senate president. These idiots from the south, all they think about is their selfish interests. They don't speak for the masses. They don't speak for the region. It's always about me. And they can compromise the future of the region just because of a personal position that will not even last, that virtually means nothing. That's the calculation. If Yoruba and North will become vice, he will become Senate president. And he doesn't know that when he becomes Senate president, they will just impeach him. After 2 months, they will impeach him. And then elect another person. Even if he's become Senate president, that idiot I see there will not even make anything or loss in favor of the South. So it's really so unfortunate that these are the idiots we have in the South, and they will continue to betray us.
I'm trying to share this. This is so sad.
No, I have 4 minutes to stay here. I have 4 minutes to stay.
This is very, very sad for us.
I have 4 minutes more. After 4 minutes, I'm gone.
This is a person that cannot represent the South at all. I wish he picked someone like Obaseki, Governor Obaseki, or Wike. Would have made sense to us in the South.
Yeah, I can't even be wrapping my head to construct strategy for Atiku, because I don't know why it's like you're not seeing this idea that a Fulani man is handed to another Fulani man. You're not seeing it as an issue that should bother you. It's like it's okay. Yeah, I don't understand why. Do you think an outside man will allow an Edo man to hand over presidency to another Edo man? This idea that we will deceive ourselves into this delusion of, into this smoke of I don't do tribalism, I don't do religion. That is what has kept us here. You don't do religion with people who do religion. Can you separate the northern man and religion, or can you separate them and ethnicity? They've used this idea of ethnicity. What binds the North is religion. What binds them together is religion. So what binds us in the South? Nothing binds us. It's always about me. When governor of Imo State is doing his own, he's thinking about himself. When Okowa is doing his own, he's thinking about himself. So everybody is thinking about himself in a region where there are bundles of problems, that there are bundles of challenges that are affecting us, and we need to put the South into its proper place. We cannot be a region that feeds the country and yet place second fiddle to people who contribute nothing to the country. They contribute nothing and yet they are the one ruling you, in which it's like you are in a hostel, in your room. Your father is the richest man. You are the one bringing the sardine, the bread, the gari, the groundnut, and the money and the cash. You are the one that owns the TV in the house. You are the one that put the rug in the house. The other ones are children of poor people that just came and are squatting in your house. Then, anytime there's a rule, they'll be the one dishing out the rule that from now on, these people should not enter the room with slippers. From now on, you people should not put this. Where does that happen? So we are in a hostel where we are the ones making this country what it is. Yet we are not the ones telling how the country should be. Does that not bother you?
Okowa cannot impart the South as a vice president. He's gonna be just there like a puppet.
Tell me something new, but that's what we have always been advised now. A puppet South president. Tinubu, Osibanjo just finished being a puppet and he's clapping for himself. Now we are molding on that puppet again. Until the South finds a way to come. We just hate ourselves. We don't even love ourselves. We don't even okay. Take a look at the way you are talking about Peter Obi now. It's like you just made up your mind that there's no hope. I know that there's no hope, but I will not bring myself to say it in public. At least let's be hoping. Let's show we love ourselves.
Mr. Oraga, you know the truth is bitter sometimes.
You're not telling me the truth. You don't listen. I'm saying that even though it is the truth, we shouldn't say it's our own. Peter Obi is our own. We should, whether it's going to fail or not, let's show support. Because if you are preaching unity, and you must practice what you preach. Peter Obi is a Southerner. Okowa is a Southerner. Wike is a Southerner. Some people hated Peter Wike because they remembered what he did in the past. We are remembering Okowa because of what he did in the past. We are remembering Peter Obi because if we will keep hating ourselves, then we should stop complaining about the Northerners who will keep ruling us.
Who is hating Peter Obi?
No. I say if we will keep hating ourselves. I'm not Peter Obi.
Nobody's hating Peter Obi. Nobody's hating.
No, I didn't say. I didn't say hate. I just mentioned. I mentioned Wike. I mentioned Wike. I mentioned Okowa. I mentioned Peter Obi. You didn't hear when I said people hated Wike because of what he did in the past, and therefore they didn't vote for him. And you just played a video of Okowa where he was saying that that. The same Okowa is betraying us now. You get me? And then Peter Obi, it is very swift to say he has no hope. We can't be doing this to ourselves. Honestly, we can't be doing this. Let's fight together and work together to put the southern region into a political supremacy. We cannot be putting ways where northerners who contribute nothing to be ruling us. What is it that Adamawa State bring to the table? Then somebody who feeds the nation will be rejoicing to place a confidence to Atiku. It's so unfortunate. It's really so unfortunate that, like I said, I really wished I didn't grow up in the North. If I hadn't grown up in the North, perhaps we'll be basking in this bliss of ignorance in the South. That would be okay for me.
There's no hope for the South.
There's no hope for the South. That's better for me. Yeah. This statement, I like it. Like there's no hope for the South.
No hope right now is Peter Obi. But I don't want to.
With what is going on by picking a Southerner. Look, everything is working perfectly for Atiku. Everything is working perfectly for Atiku. Yeah, but the campaign have not started. I'm seeing the handlers of Peter Obi. I'm seeing what strategy they have. You see, I told you yesterday that politics is like a stock exchange market. You cannot predict the entire future of Nigerian politics by the events of today. Something will happen tomorrow, and the statistics will change. You get me? Let's say, for instance, now, God forbid, Tinubu drops and dies. You know, Amechi will now become the presidential flag bearer. And then we'll start talking something differently again. Let's say tomorrow Atiku drops down and dies. Wike will become the presidential flag bearer. And we'll start talking something different again. So politics is like, let's say Peter Obi dies. Make nobody like say, You see, the truth is that it will be risky to make any conclusive statement with Nigerian politics, because if we wake up tomorrow,
who is going to be the flag bearer? Wike.
You said?
You said Wike instead of Ifeanyi Okowa.
No, I said based on the primaries now, because if anything happens to the winner, the next in line becomes the flag bearer now.
Okay. Yeah, Wike will become the next, yes.
You get me? So we'll start at every discussion we have discussed yesterday will be past, will be long gone. We'll start discussing something differently again. So the politics of Nigeria is like a stock exchange market. You cannot be making sweeping conclusive statement for the events that happened today, because tomorrow another event will happen again. I'll be talking differently. Because I told you, like, all the mass, look, there are about over 10 million people who turned out to vote for new registration, new PVCs. Who do you think these people are rushing to go and get this PVC for? To vote Atiku, or to vote Tinubu? So there are many things that we will just deny ourselves. For now, the way I put my decision, I don't want to know if Tinubu were to be a young, vibrant, healthy man. I would have been campaigning for APC, even though I hated APC. But for my southern interest, I'll be campaigning for him. But his health condition makes it very difficult for me to play the southern card on him. That's just the truth. You understand me? So for now, in my southernness is what is moving me. So if the two southerners there are Peter Obi and Tinubu. So if Tinubu has a health challenge that does not meet my political standard, Peter Obi is the one left for me. But I cannot put myself to be. I would not, cannot, and will never say
Mr. Raka,
no.
Mr. Raka, let me ask you this question. If, for instance, Peter Obi did not come from PDP, he would have been the vice right now, right?
I'm tired of that vice thing. So what if you become vice? So what? Vice is nothing. All those that came from the southeast and became vice, how does it transpire to any development, meaningful development in the southeast?
Have you ever had a Easterner, Southeasterner as a vice?
Yes, now we've had now under when Shagari was president, it was Igbo that was vice now.
When Shagari?
Now.
Who was Shagari? Let me just.
What's this guy's name? Is it Ekwere Madu or what? I don't know. I can't remember. But we've had an Igbo vice now. Why? Even in the First Republic, Azikiwe was constitutional president now. So
Alex Ekweme.
Alex Ekweme. So this vice, so if Peter Obi had remained in PDP and become vice, so what? What is vice? What does vice do? Vice is nothing. We have established that vice is nothing. So for me, I didn't like that Peter Obi left because of this thinking that he will be vice. But then again, I would rather contest for the presidency of Nigeria and get nothing that of just for vice that is nothing, because we lack political arrogance. We don't have it enough to define our political pride and say no. The way Southerners are jostling for vice. Normally, this is how the Northerners should have been jostling for vice for the South. If things are normal, if we're in a normal society. But first of all, we give them the control of our wealth. They are the one controlling our wealth. The wealth is in you, but you're the ones in control. And you think for you to enjoy those wealth, you have to go and lick the butts of the northern politicians to get the right to enjoy this wealth in your own place. My sister, make I talk. Aside the people will say, no be juju be that.
Look, these certain leaders, they are not serious, Mr. Uraka. They are not serious. From that meeting they had, that was the meeting, the certain leaders meeting, the one I played before. Since then, I
will leave. The light is very, very, very poor now. I have to leave now. Please don't be offended.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Raka. Me too. I have somewhere going to.
Okay.
Yes, we'll come back tomorrow to continue with this discussion. So, guys, if you are watching right now, join us tomorrow on this program. We're going to come back again and continue with our political discussion here on Nebo TV. Thank you all for watching. If today is your first time of joining our program, please consider subscribing and share our videos. Thank you.